Hello friends, my name is Sujata Satalgar. Today's date is 9 May 2022 and today's Viva topic is string. And string is the sequence of character. We say the string is the array and the characters. And for example, array, character array and a string and algorithm of ABCD is the string. And is the synchronization is the for the integer uses the where and need to the store the array and copy object and is the immutable syntax of the sequence and over the layer and is a comparable of the initialization of the used and the order by the object and is a character. It is a order method of the sequence and a string is the class and a string class is a interface and a string is a non-primitive data type and because it is the reference the memory and a heap memory and allocation where the data is the continuously primitive and a reference by the memory and for example over the data and object actually is the non-primitive data type and it is the store the also called is the sequencing and data type and is the reference variable of the string and heap memory and is the variable as live the object stack is the memory another object which is the string and a stack header and is a pointer the object heap memory and this is a non-primitive data type. R is the primitive is also called as the object which is created is the functionality class and a string is a non-primitive also is called is the string field and a string for is the sequence of character. There is also is the character data type and for example character sequence string s1 and s2 is the sequence string and string also use the alternative and a string class and a string object and class is the outside the extend and string is a immutable class and is a sequence and is the variable interface use the when and we is the store the copy array and object of sequence and is a runs is the non access and over the network and is a comparable interface used in the sequencing and is a comparable interface and you to use to the store the object in class and only is the primitive it only is a non-primitive type is a also is a string and sequence of the character and initialization of the interface and sequence syntax of public static public final class and string and is the string is the object in a heap memory is a to create the string class and to create the string class and a string buffer string builder there are three types and which also ways of the also object created in a string and a string constant pool scp and a string constant pool an object that is a variable the store in the non-primitive data type and a concat pool is only uses a memory allocation and there are 26 methods in string compared to replace index last index of uppercase lowercase and concat method and or is the replace element split method trim method and that's all about methods and one by one discuss about and is a string constant and is a string literal and used to the array and is the argument class leading and the immutable class and the return type is the boolean as the build is the concat in the immutable object and change there is a and is a string class is a final And a string class get is the string features and which is the non available of the attach of the class and metadata, as the string is the final is the present of the subclass that is a mutable, and a break is the argument, and final is a immutable, and final is a keyword used with the which is the class and method, and variable class of a immutable string variable, and that object which is the object state of the concat changes as the immutable concept of the object. And that's all about today's topic in string. Thank you.